I grew up in the projects of Manhattan.
I lost my mom in 2005.
In 63 years, I've had over 60 addresses.
Everything I thought that I would have been when I lost my mom, that it wasn't gonna turn out like that. It was times when I felt like, man, I don't know what to do.
I was living in Florida at the time, and an ex-girlfriend of mine that was living up here was telling me that she had cancer. And I knew she didn't have anyone to watch out. So I quit my job, cashed in my 401k, and came up.
One of these benches hopefully will be open, and it'll be in a good spot where you can just lay down and get maybe at least a couple of hours of sleep before the sun comes up and you got to get up.
By the time she passed, it was over. There wasn't a dime in the house. Yeah. So I headed to the ocean front. All I had was a backpack with some clothes in it.
It's tough when you don't really have a place, no stability. Like you especially like when you know that you got more worth than that.
I spent last summer walking around the ocean front as blind as I am right now. And it was kind of scary. I fell a lot. I'd hit curbs, walk into benches.
I didn't know what had happened. I'm tripping, but I remember who God was. I had to learn how to walk over. I had to learn how to say a sentence, use words in a sentence.
I saw this tree and I thought it was a person. And I said, hey, do you know what time it is? And then I was getting pissed off. It's like, hey, all I did was ask you for the time. You know? It's like, you can't tell me what time it is? That's when I reached out and realized, oh my God, I'm talking to a tree.
Homelessness is so traumatic. You lose yourself, and then you're in survival mode.
We're not bad people. We are human beings. They may just need a word of encouragement. Just need maybe a smile.
You know, a lot of people look at homeless and they're like, oh, cross the street, you know, get away from this guy. They're not out to hurt anybody. They're just trying to survive.
Negativity is out here. Depression is out here. You got people going through mental problems. Even myself will get depressed and stuff like that. Anywhere from, I would say, 24th Street, 17th Street.
I don't think the problems that exist in my neighborhood are maybe that different from the problems that might exist on a bench on the boardwalk. I think the difference is the safety nets, the support systems, and the resources that we throw at those problems. The problems aren't that different. It's how we deal with them. And what JCOC is so good at is dealing with those problems and helping those folks in our community.
And over the years, I've seen JCOC do remarkable work. Watch them help people recover and find stability.
It's just about helping the individual, specifically that specific individual, and what barriers they have to housing, and then help them eliminate those barriers to be able to access housing in the quickest amount of time possible. There's so many food deserts in the area. People are struggling with food insecurity. So being able to provide them with that food resource so then they can stay housed. And then that also eliminates the opportunity for a family or an individual to be living on the streets because they had to make a decision between buying food and paying rent.
For years, they fed me, they helped me with clothing, you know, and they were always there, always there. I might disappear for 8 months, but when I came back, they'd still be there.
They were picking people up, like, we coming out of there happy. I feel like I just went to real live church and I got peace and calm, and I feel like, yo, I can make it through the rest of this day just from this good meal right here and the smiles and the, we glad you came. What's your name?
Affordable housing is a real issue in our country. Nationwide, it's a challenge. And it is certainly a challenge here in Virginia Beach.
This will kind of be the hub or the start of the rebuild, is tearing this down. We're going to build 38 single room occupancy units. So that means 38 people that will no longer be on the streets. Us providing these housing units is really going to be able to lift those individuals up, give them hope. I think by them seeing that and visualizing themselves in the housing, this is an ideal area, being close to the ocean front where you have a lot of resources, you have a lot of stores, but you also have a lot of employment opportunities with hotels and restaurants, that it can just be extremely beneficial for people to be able to come into housing and make it long term. The dining hall will be extended from here all the way back. We will have a sidewalk because our clients that come to any of our meal programs will be able to access that from the back of the building.
It's like my first place ever. Seeing my name on a lease, my own key, just feeling good when I woke up this morning, energized, just happy. And then I heard the great news that I will be moving in today, so that just left me speechless.
Well, JCOC means the world to me. They helped me for years. They helped make this possible. They helped me out with medical appointments. They were the ones that got things rolling on my eye. They were the ones who got me my Social Security. They were the ones that got me all my documents back.
The campaign really is about saving lives. That healing piece is saving somebody's life. My hope is that people that come to our dinner will be able to see people that are housed here in our new facility and be able to say, you know what, if they can make it, I can make it. And kind of manifest that hope within our dinner program with people who are on the front side, on experiencing homelessness and trying to navigate their way through the process, and seeing someone who's already navigated the process.
JCOC is a great steward of capital. And if you want your dollars to make a meaningful, tangible, and direct difference, JCOC is the place to put those resources to work.
Watching the gratitude that I feel from people when they come to JCOC and they are at a place where they're willing to ask for help. None of us has ever been at a time in our life where we didn't need help in some form or another. And it takes great courage, I think, to ask for help.
I'm extremely grateful. I cannot describe how grateful I am. I didn't think this would ever happen. I really expected to be out on the street again this year.
I know that God is using all of us as a vessel to make this happen for the people out there that are struggling and really need our help. That's the vision, and I'm looking forward to carrying it all the way through.
I am just very thankful that I'm in the position that I am. The many nights of praying and reading the Bible and looking at God's promises and having faith that He could do it for me. And He opened up so many doors. And I actually got to open up my own door 2 days ago.